young scientist. Today we are going to explore a group of substances that you actually meet every day, even in your kitchen. Have you ever bitten into a lemon or felt your face twist up because it was so sour, or tasted curd or vinegar and noticed that sharp, tangy flavor? That sour taste comes from something we call it as acids. Now, acids are special chemicals that are found in many natural and man-made things. They usually taste sour and they react in interesting ways. But don't worry, not all the acids are dangerous. Some are even good for you, like vitamin C in oranges. Now we will learn about the characteristic features of acids. So the first feature is it has a sour taste. Most of the acids have sour taste, but we should not taste a chemical acid that is present in the lab. Only natural acids in the food are safe, that is lemon juice, then curd, vinegar, oranges. These have natural acids and they have weak acids. Then the second one is the color of indicators, or change the color of indicators. Now what are indicators? Indicators are basically the special substances that change the color when added to an acid base. They help us to identify whether a substance is acid, basic or natural. Now when we add an acid into blue litmus paper, it will turn into red color. Even natural indicators are also present, like turmeric, red cabbage, hibiscus. All these we will discuss in the later slides. The third feature is react with metals. Now acid reacts with some metals like zinc and iron, releasing the hydrogen ions. Like for example, when hydrochloric acid and zinc are mixed together, they will form hydrogen gas bubbles. The fourth feature is it will release hydrogen ions in water. Now what that means, acids produce hydrogen ions when they are dissolved in water. That's why the acid gives their special features. Now you must have observed that most of the acids have H starting, right? Like hydrochloric acid, HCl, then sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So in that, nitric acid, HNO3. So in all these acids, H is coming at the start of the word. Now next is it reacts with bases to form salt and water. Basically that is known as a neutralization reaction. Like for example, when hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide are mixed together, it will form into salt and water. Neutralization reaction we will discuss later. The next characteristic feature is corrosive nature. Basically all the strong acids have corrosive nature, like for example sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid. So if we use without improper instructions, they can damage our skin or burn our skin and other materials. So whenever we are using in the lab, it has to be done with safety precautions. These acids are divided into dilute acid and concentrated acid. Now what is a dilute acid? Dilute acid basically it consists of large quantity of water and a small quantity of acid. Like for example, in the case of weak acid, we can say when you are preparing a lemon juice at your home, the lemon, right, it is a weak acid. So we are squeezing a lemon and then we are adding more amount of water to it. So that is dilute one. Understood? Then the next one is concentrated acid. In concentrated acid, the acid solution has a small quantity of water and large quantity of acid. Understood? So dilute acid means it has large quantity of water but a small quantity of acid. But in concentrated one, it will have a small quantity of water and a large quantity of acid. So this is basically the difference between a dilute and a concentrated acid. Now concentrated acid is diluted by dissolving it in a large quantity of water, that you know it. But always remember that an acid is added to water, not water to acid. Understood? So basically whenever we are diluting it, we should remember that the acid is added to water. Water is never added to an acid because a large amount of heat is released during the dilution of an acid. The substances that contains an acid are known as acidic substances, and these acidic substances are broadly classified into two, that is mineral acids and organic acids. So first one is mineral acids. What are mineral acids? The acids which are produced from chemical substances that we usually see in the labs, chemistry labs, or in the laboratories, like for example nitric acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. These are all examples of mineral acids commonly found in lab. Then the next one is organic acids. The name suggests organic, that is produced from plants and animals. Now what are the examples? Examples basically it is seen in your in the kitchen, right? Like vinegar contains what? Acetic acid. Then in grapes and tamarind it has a tartaric acid. Then lemon has citric acid, spinach has oxalic acid, and apple have malic acid. So these are all organic acids basically found in the food. Now we will study about the classification of acids. These acids are broadly classified into two types, that is strong acids and weak acids. So one by one we will look into it. Strong acids basically they are corrosive. Corrosive means it can damage your skin, it can cause severe burns. Then basically all the mineral acids are strong acids. What are mineral acids? Mineral acids are basically produced in the, or we produce it in the laboratories, like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Then they are highly reactive towards the metals, so it should not be stored in the metal containers. You must have seen in the lab that all the acids, whatever the strong acids are there, they are stored in the glass containers. Why we are storing? Because glass containers are safe. If we store it in metal containers, it can react with the metals and there will, like, it can damage it. There is a possibility of damage. And example of strong acids are hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Even nitric acid is also an example of strong acid. Now weak acids. Weak acids means it is less corrosive or it is less destructive. Okay, so not as destructive as strong acids. All the organic acids are example of weak acids, like for example tartaric acid, acetic acid. These are all examples of weak acids, and most of the organic acids are a part of our diet. In our diet we consume it, right? Like in pickles we add vinegar. Then in the milk lactic acid is present. Apple, malic acid. Then tamarind, which we are used, like in most of the in tamarind tartaric acid is present. So this was about the introduction of acids, the characteristics and the key features. I hope you understood the basic information. In my next video, we will cover up the bases and salts.